Coach, you guys begin the season 2-0. Nice 2 victories over ranked opponents, Ottawa and then Sterling. And for that effort, you guys moved up into the poll, number 3 in the nation, your highest ever ranking here at Baker. Talk about that for us.
Yeah, we got lucky from a standpoint. Number 2 and 4 got beat early, week 1. And we knew, okay, if we take care of business, most likely we'd move up. It's early. These early season games and polls really mean nothing other than, our guys earned a pretty good high ranking coming in the season from last year's performance, and then the number of guys you got coming back on your football team. So we were well deserving number 5. Heck, the team we lost to in the playoffs is number 2. So we fit in that category. Then it's, okay, how's your team going to mesh now? Injuries, which we've had our number of injuries early here. But what I love about our football team is they've shown some grit. We had to go on the road and play a great Ottawa team. They showed that by going over and beating Benedictine the following week, last week. And so we know from that game that was a good game from a standpoint. That was quality competition and very good football team. And then Sterling, we knew what was coming back. Very talented, skilled people on offense and very disciplined on defense. So we knew last weekend's game was going to be very tough. They were coming back here, very familiar with our place from the playoff situation, and they got stung the first week of their season against Concordia. So I felt like our guys played really good last weekend. We gave up some big plays to allow them to stay in the game, and then we had to make a big play to block an extra point to win the football game. But 2 quality opponents, great opponents, and 2 quality wins for us. And now we have our conference opener here at Evangel.
Yep, like you said, you're in a conference play now. You'll go down to Evangel. First time you'll play in Springfield since 2011. Last 2 years, you guys came up with wins, but here at Liston Stadium. But 3 years ago, big rain delay. There's rain in the forecast. But talk about Evangel, a good offensive team. What are your expectations?
Yeah, they're 2-0. They're feeling real good, which they should. They went down to Arizona early in the season and beat a first-year program, which I'm very familiar with, Arizona Christian. Their head coach played for me back in the day at Glendale Community College. Very good football coach and a good staff. I know most of their staff, and I know quality-wise that team's going to be very good soon with the Arizona football right around there that they can recruit. But so Evangel did that and then had a couple weeks off and then played last weekend and got a nice win again, and they're scoring a lot of points. It's a typical Evangel football team. We know what we're facing going down there. It's very similar to 11, the rainstorm that's predicted. We've experienced it. We'll be ready for that. I plan on it's going to be a very difficult game for us. They're very confident coming into it. We are too. And the matchup, they've got good skill on offense. They've got a new quarterback, which we'll see how he plays. Offensive line-wise, I like what they have up front. Running back-wise, they've got a couple of talented kids, and then Otis Brown seems like he's been there for 5, 6, 7 years, but he's a senior, and he presents some problems at receiver and running back. So we've got our challenges defensively to control them and stop them, and then offensively, we're still in that mode. Hey, who are we and what are we going to do? And if we execute. Our O-line has been playing well, has been protecting our quarterback well. Evangel's very aggressive on defense, and they're going to come after us. So we got to be good in our protections, and then we've got to run the ball downhill at them. And I feel like it's a good time to get on the road again, get together with the team and travel and experience that, and play some solid football. We're going to have to play real well to win, which I expect our guys to rise up to the occasion.
You've had a lot of guys step up as well. You had Adonis Powell with a big game last week on defense. Mike Stevenson has 2 picks. Jolly came out strong last game. Who are those players that you've seen step up when needed, and who are the ones that you've enjoyed watching out there?
It's sign of a good football team is when somebody, you get an injury or you've got something going on and somebody steps up. Adonis got his opportunity because of a Scott Meyer injury. And, Adonis has always been that guy that's been real solid, knows his assignment, does it right. My big thing with Adonis, can he protect the football and can he get the hard yard for you? Well, he proved that last week. And then what was great, for us to see is he had breakaway speed. He got into the open field and took it to the house, which you love to have in a running back situation where you're not getting tackled on the 15 or 20 and trying to grind it out in the red zone. So I love what he's given to our offense. And then DeAndre Turner-Foltz got a chance to step in there, moved up the ladder, and made some nice plays for us. Cameron Tornaden is that workhorse back, but it's a long season. We've got to have other guys step in there and do some things for us. At wideout, Ladae Booth, is starting to come along. He's getting his legs underneath him, and he's become a threat. We got TJ Holtrop back last week. His first throw was about a 30, 40-yard touchdown pass to him. So that gives us 3 good tight ends and a threat at that position. Offensive line-wise, we've plugged them in. Those guys have been playing great, both pass protection and run block. And we haven't given up a sack yet, which is phenomenal after 2 quality opponents that we've played. And then defensively, you count on the Mike Stevensons, a 4-year starter, Dwayne Sims, a 2-year starter, Gunnar McKenna, a 4-year starter in the secondary. You plug Avery Parker in because we had an injury in the preseason, and he's playing as good as anybody at corner. So we feel solid in the secondary, other than a couple late mistakes last week, but we're going to learn from those. And then up front, you add Andre Jolly back in the mix. He had a nice first game. Nick Becker and Novak have played great at that position. Ben Seibert's given us some quality minutes. Inside, we're starting to get healthy again. We've had Josh Cokes really had to carry a load for us inside and play a lot of snaps. He's kind of banged up. Myron Tipton has played every snap, and it's showing in his long snapping. He's got to get back to where he's the best long snapper that I've had in a while. So we're looking for that. But I think Nick Shondell will join us next week, which will help that depth in there. Sione Mau starting to play real well. So now we get some better depth on the inside, and that'll allow us to rotate some guys. Linebacker play was a question mark going into the season. I think those guys are really playing well. Karan Brown's had his ups and downs, but he's going to be a good football player. Keith Lonecker, a young guy, has stepped up and shown flashes of what he can do. Josh Finau is starting to play better, and he a senior, that's what you count on. And then Tucker Pauley, the move to the outside, has been good. He's learning on the run, and there's times that he's, not getting out blocks, but he's the type of kid that studies the game, and then during the game, he makes adjustments and just gets better. So I really like how our defense is playing. We just, as a group, if we tighten everything up, we're going to be pretty good.
Well, Coach, thank you, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.